I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Roth.Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? Just been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fire side. Bring my boys.
I am very blessed. Very blessed, Chris. Thanks for asking. And I hope you are too. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that you are.
I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bro. Promise I'ma take it easy later on.
Sometimes we just have to take a moment and just reflect on just how blessed we are. And even when things are bad, be grateful for the good things in your life, because things could always be worse. And if there's been any secret in life to really change it, it has been to be first, put God first, or always try. Second, to be grateful. Every breath that we have is a gift from God. And one day, these bodies will start breathing. And we'll get to unite with that source. But until that day, we are to be thankful, experience life, show love to others, love God, love your neighbor as yourself. That's what the man said. That's what the son said. Were the two greatest commandments. So this is not a sermon. We're getting on with the show. I just felt philosophical.
Piece by piece, until I'm complete. I got my eyes on you, and you got no clue what I'm supposed to do. I can't help myself. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. No, you wouldn't take what's not yours. If you know who I am, when the night will fall, I'll haunt your dreams. Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by piece, until I'm complete. Be
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, are we serious? We did it again. Did it again. Did it again. How far are we into it? Okay, at least we caught it halfway early. We didn't go 20 minutes into it. I don't do that on purpose. Gosh, that just ruins all the stuff that I just did. Well, anyway. At least we got a touchdown on the Bitcoin bow. Shout out to everybody who's joined me and everybody who's patient to listen to me. The old guy who forgets to turn the mic on. Tell me how that happens. We got Dave P. I see Grizz Oso. How's it going, Grizz? Hold on. I got you. I got you, Grizz. I got you right there. I'm still trying to find one for Dave P. I haven't found one for Dave P yet. Rising Sun? Good to see you here. And I'm missing somebody. I'm missing a new name that I saw. If you are new, shout out. Normally I do turn the mic on and I don't know, we just kind of chill and look at crypto and talk about crypto and stuff like that. Rising Sun, how's it going? Sam Webb, and there's Joe. Trade Intuition, go check him out on his YouTube channel. Jamie Petcheck, don't forget the mute. We're learning. We're learning. Rising Sun says it's great to be here. All right, well, let's get on with the show. Looking at Bitcoin in the sea of red, yet the altcoins look like they're doing something, right? Interesting. I'll have to come over here and check and see what we got. We still got them bleeding after Total 3 broke this trend line. That sucks for our altcoins. Let's go to be an M. It's just a lower high. We have not yet made a lower low on this, so there's a snowball's chance in hell that maybe we can get a turnaround. There's a few fib levels here. A few things on our side that maybe we could get a bounce, or we can crash down to this area about $523 billion. See, our portfolios or altcoins just really going to sell. You thought those December 2022 prices were cheap. Wait till you see where we go now. Still watching stablecoin dominance and also watching DXY. It's kind of comparing the differences between these two. And the biggest one we're watching that wants to go up is Bitcoin dominance, yet Bitcoin go down. Altcoin go down, Bitcoin go down, Bitcoin dominance go up. We live in a crazy, crazy world, folks. And the legacy market, S&P, has been doing good. Normally I have it on my chart just because if I reload it, it automatically shows up there. I can't get it to stop doing it. I replaced it with the dollar today. I feel like. Okay, yeah, this is a chart I can screw with. We had this somewhere. Was it here? Wouldn't it be awesome if this is what we see playing out? Wouldn't this just be awesome if this fractal is like what's going to happen next? We're kind of behind on it. Maybe if we scoot it up a few more candles, give it a little bit more breathing room. No, we're kind of behind on it. Oh, these fractals, they're so fun to help us try to fit. Oh, that one almost fit really nice too. Maybe shorten them down a little bit. Get them a little bit more in tune. Could we still see something like that? Well, I would love to see a big parabolic move out of Bitcoin go just like that, but we're not doing it yet. Doesn't mean we won't, doesn't mean we can't. Just means we're not doing it today. Or maybe tomorrow. Or maybe the next day. Or the day after that. Or the day after that. We're going to clear everything up here. Well, moving average wise here on this daily chart for good old Bitcoin, we finally got Lucy coming in the line. So we got all of our moving averages, all the major ones, the biggest ones like the 800, 660 something, 360, 200, 100. They're all stacked up in the right direction. So I can't complain about that. I can only complain about these smaller moving averages that are really pissing me off right now because they're making us break levels and everything else, and it's just a bunch of crap going on. Somebody wanting to get Bitcoin cheaper at the expense of everybody else. Every time that Bitcoin is dropping, altcoins are tanking, and every time Bitcoin goes back up, the alts go up a little bit. And then Bitcoin tanks, and then the altcoins tank more. Bitcoin goes back up, the altcoins go back up a little bit. Then Bitcoin tanks, and the altcoins go, you get the picture. We're kind of always taking 3 steps back or 2 steps back on these altcoins. 1 step forward, 2 steps back on the altcoins, and Bitcoin's just sidestep shuffling. I can't figure out if he's trying to do the jitterbug or what. Right now, it looks like he's trying to bend right over and do that Jersey turnback on us all right here with this big possible upside down double bottom. Could it be an upside down double bottom? Could it be? It could be. It could be a lot of things. That's the thing about it. We would hope. I'm really rooting for those Wyckoff reaccumulators. Now, there are some Wyckoff distributors down there, and say, you know, I haven't heard of any, but you know, I'm sure that they're there. I haven't heard anybody specifically call this a distribution pattern. But I'm hoping, I'm on their side for an accumulation pattern that we accumulate and go up like we should, that this is going to be just one big continuation pattern. What it could be. Reminded me very much of what we looked at over here. Some other people are also seeing that some signs that we're kind of in this area of the market. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do the same things. Let's hope it plays out. Doesn't mean that we will, just because we're hoping for it and seeing it. But the momentum is there for it to happen, even if we get some pullbacks. But this looks nasty. This looks nasty. So by your traditional technical analysis and stuffy, if you look at it, you know, we got this bottom here, 56.7, which sucked going in, right? We don't want to make a return trip there. I don't want to. I'm in save your ass mode right now, just managing risk, and because I missed my move to take my profits on all my altcoins. I took what I could, but could have played that better. I didn't take the signs that total 3 was. I didn't take it as serious as I should have. This 3618 Fibonacci reversal toppy top area. It seems to mean a lot more business than what I gave it credit for. I gotta say that. Now, this form of analysis that I've stumbled upon, I'm still in the process of getting fully acquainted with some of these things. So maybe in another year I can look at these things and just have an instant reaction, but you know, right now I'm still kind of feeling this stuff out. And I'm going to take note of those 368s. Well, that one seemed to work like it was supposed to, and I should have listened a lot earlier. Although we were talking about it, the signs were there, but doing something and talking about it and actually doing something, two very different things, especially in crypto, okay? You have all the good intentions to take profit, but gosh darn it, it's so hard to do sometimes because the number could go up. That little greed, those little emotions come over you, and sometimes you don't reckon it. I don't feel greedy. You want the number to go up? Yeah. Might be a little greed there. But don't everybody want the number to go up? Most people are greedy. And sometimes, I mean, the whole cycle last year when number was going up, I didn't think I was being greedy because I kept looking at everybody else and look at all these gains, man, 5x my whole portfolio, man. Oh, I'm looking at Lambos and I'm like, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing good, but I'm not seeing that. I guess it's not, I guess I'm too early. We'll just waiting for number to go up. She can sneak up on you. That greed, you don't recognize it. One of the 7 deadly sins right there, and you can't even recognize it half the time when you're right in the middle of it, wallowing around in it. It's only when it gets really, really nasty all over you. So I think I'm being a little greedy. So we got a main trend line here. I'm going to pull it up to the WikiWix right there. We got a little bit more touches, tighten it up a little bit. If we drop, man, we could drop down to this area 61s or lowers, and I don't likes it. Got 200 movement average coming here on the daily at 57.58, which is right in line with this. We're going to come and double tap this area or break it. If she does, I thought this is where we were all headed for anyway. To make an M pattern, which is the double top, the reverse double bottoms that we got, she's on her belly. That gives you a measured move, this area, basically of the channel, if you want to be a little bit more precise. Just the channel move, counting that little WikiWix. Which would take us all the way back down to this little area. So we got some confidence at the get-go with 30. That sounds crazy. That's the full extent of the measured move. Doesn't mean that we have to make it down there, folks. It doesn't. A lot of these measured moves do not make it to the full extent. Thomas Bukowski talks about that, and he also has multipliers for a lot of them that make them just a little bit more accurate. Yeah, it's very interesting. So could that happen? I mean, that's technically. Will it happen? I hope to God not. I need this trend line to hold right here. We all need this trend line to hold. We got some support on the way. We're just getting a pullback, yo. This is what we're saying anyway. Or are we getting a pullback? Is it all over? True fact is, if this was the top of the market, we would still be experiencing the exact same things that we are right now. You would have people saying, no, we're still going up to 80, 90, 100,000. And then you'd have the other people, no, we're going back to 3,000 or 10,000. There are still a few out there. And you'd have a lot of people saying, no, we're just in accumulation. And the truth is, you don't know until it confirms on the chart whether you are still in a bullish market or bearish market. There are some signs. You can pick up some signs from the indicator. Most noticeable one that I respect when it comes to figuring out when markets are over is this MACD on the weekly. Another one that I should have taken more serious because I learned my lessons over here. At least I told myself I did. But here I am. However, I got to say the monthly still has some room to keep us going. So that's really what's keeping my hopium up. And if you need any hopium, that's the hopium to look for, is on the bigger time frame. Now monitoring this, she's slowing down on the monthly, no doubt, but she's not quite ready. There's no curvaceousness going on these lines. They're not close getting ready to cross like they were over here when it was finally all over. Notice this on the monthly. This is back our other peak with Bitcoin. I'm just talking about this particular indicator. This was the first top. That was the second. See, she didn't cross over before she went to the second. It was after she bumped up on that second on the monthly, which honestly, I was not paying attention to this one back then. And I see that Wow, that one would have really told you a lot more than that weekly. Weekly back in those days, she did her ins and outs. Scared us all. That was not it. It was, I guess that was it. So I like this one as being a good indicator here. Now notice that as we went down, and even as price went topping back up to like almost 69,000, where it was last time, the MACD, the histogram was still in a downward decline. So if we be true to this, we're nowhere close to that we can tell at the moment. Now you would see it right up to that very top over here. It's a lagging indicator, by the way. That we're on the monthly, so they ain't gonna warn you ahead of time. But it comes a point, let me slide this over here. I don't have that little fancy thing figured out. But that's all you would see. Kind of like what we see now. We're like, oh, looks good. Just got a couple of these little candles there turning gray. But she see when she flips down like that, that's a warning sign. We don't have that yet, but that's what we got to look for. Can this give us some hopium? Oh gosh, it needs to, because here's the 2 week. Now she's getting tired. She's thinking about turning. Weekly already has. There's some hope for this weekly. There is some hope that this weekly MACD thing that we see here will be kind of like this thing over here instead of a dump, because we don't want that dump. We don't need the dumps. Don't need the dumps. So the bigger, much bigger time frames are still hopeful, and there are some still good signs here. Now I've been saying we're still above that weekly non-moving average, and technically we still are. We're flirting with losing that. That's technically 65,877 is where that number's coming from, and we are below it. We're working below it, but it has not yet crossed over the 21, or even trying to go in that direction. So I take that as a good sign, but doesn't mean that we can expect any bullish move that's going to blow our minds in the next few days. We've got a lot of reckoning to do here. Fibonacci's can help us here when it comes to Bitcoin. Swing low to swing high. Tighten you up. I cheated. I got off on it a little bit. There we go. And that is suggesting that 62.6 looks like a really good place to come down to. We're hanging around the 0.5, you know, these tight moving averages up there. Well, I don't care if they're tight. I just want to know if they're crossing or not, and which ones are crossing, because that 9 starting to cross over these things is going to drive this right down to here. If not, lower. Because that could be. There does appear to be a trend going on there, and if that trend continues, we can probably expect to hit this area somewhere about after the first week of July, unless we decide just to dive bomb it sooner or break out. So that's our choices, but the following trend is just bringing us down here to. So 2 weeks of down, is that what we're looking at? I could see that figuring into what we've seen so far. That sucks. Don't want that. Don't want 2 weeks of down. Say it's not so. Say it's not so. As buried as these stochastics are down there, I would say we might have a good shot. Here at 62.6. I'm really at the golden fib there. Well, a magical fib. I want to see a bounce there. That would be awesome if it did. Coming to 786 would show a sign of weakness that I don't want to see right now. Bouncing from that 618 would be strong enough for me to look for a possible higher high. That would put us in the ballpark where we could look for a higher high. Whether we get it or not, I don't know, but it would be in play. The 786 area, that's got us barely coming back up here to touch where we were before. And that would spell out more of a range if we come down the 786 area. So a bounce from where we are now would be beautiful. I'm not going to complain about that one either. That will be awesome too. Stronger than this one. But we're not there yet. Signs we're below the non-moving average on the daily, which for me means that, well, I expect us to stay below it until we break above it. Because it will follow the price action very close. Almost as close as a trend line when she's in a thing there. The non-moving average, she works beautifully Well, she works great on whatever time frame you're on. But if you use her for a signal, you want to see it at a breakout. Now, in the bigger time frames, you could probably do the in and out strategies with the non-moving average because it works beautifully on the big ones. But if you ever do that on a short-term time frame, it's going to chop you up. I found that one out with my bots. My bots would trade this literally whatever moving averages that I had, and it would literally buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and you can't make money that way. I'm sorry. That's a crappy way to do it. You got to combine things. You got to look for things. You don't. Is a sell signal indicator? Okay. Do I have a sell signal another indicator? Okay. Do I have another sell sign? Something a breakout? Do I have that? We add those together, and that's what gives us our trigger. Boom. And that's when we make our moves. It's not just willy-nilly. Every little thing has a strategy here. All these little things. The RSI, the moving averages, they all have a strategy. You find out what their buy signals are, and then you wait and you count them up at the right times. That's one way to look at it. A cliff note way to look at it. So, let's go. We know Bitcoin's a tanking. Take a look at it on the 6 minute, because that's what I do when I'm just bored and looking at it. We know the bigger time frames are kind of screwed. They're all kind of... Well, looky here, darling. 4 hours giving you a green dot and a possible turnaround around this 800 moving average area. Might you still come down and touch that little guy? Doesn't have to touch it. It really doesn't have to touch it. Bigger time frames, momentum is looking good. It's just that the smaller time frames, I don't know why they're dragging us. What's dragging us down? I have not determined that. I can't see who would be selling and what would be selling, other than the people who bought really cheap, like at 55, 57 with all that ETF stuff. And they took us back down to that area before to let everybody else hop on board. Are we going back down there so some other ETFs can hop on board too? Is that what we're doing, good old boys? Are we still in the... have you screwed up my Bitcoin too, like you have everything else over there on Wall Street? Is that what's going on? Jeez. Have I got to go to Caspa now because you've screwed up my Bitcoin? Are you going to screw up Caspa too? What's going on? Let's jump on out there and check out Caspa. She's holding her trend line very well. Of course, she's got a lot of the bigger moving averages over here to kind of help out with that. And, reading the tea leaves of the moving averages and just their objective positions and where they are right now, she's going to have a little struggle, so I think you still have some good times to see her bounce around in these areas. Maybe even down to 13.6 again. I know it sounds crazy when you say that, right? Until it happens. And let me get these bigger guys up in there. They're kind of mucking up my chart. Don't muck up my chart. So this area up here is in the 200 moving average on this time frame was at the 4. Also showing some resistance up there, 14.8. It's going to be hard to get past 15 cents for a minute because we lost that area. Reclaim it, that would be bullish as all get out. Not as bullish as reclaiming 16.8 or something. That would be really bullish. Let's go ahead and get it, Caspa. You know you can. You know you want it. So probably just good to go ahead and zoom out and look at the bigger picture so we won't get depressed. We're still waiting for 20 cent targets, maybe even 25 is a nice 24, 25. I've come up with those targets in TA before too. It's all based on these things. Might we do it? I hope we do it. Let's just play around for a minute, see if we got any resistance areas that we can look for over here. So all these lines are they just continue forever. And there's usually some kind of reaction. And I think the longer that they go on, they seem to get a little weaker as far as how price reacts to them. It gets a little bit more scattered. But still, it's having an influence right here, being resistance after it lost it. I would say that when price meets it again, which would probably be right around here, around this 618 Fibonacci area, 17.8. Might that happen at the end of the month if we get a bounce? Maybe. We just What the speculating, baby? Look at that beautiful falling wedge that it just broke out to the downside. Now it's a falling channel. Looky there. Yeah, when ICP was up at $20, did you ever think you'd ever have the chance to buy it again when it hit $8.34? The next question is, are you buying it now? Probably don't. It's not as attractive when they're down low, are they? I know they just look ugly. They're only sexy, man, when they're up here toward the top. That's when all these altcoins are sexy, man. That's when, ooh, baby. I don't know. They just kind of, they got that tan going on. It's just amazing. Because, yeah, when you see ICP just moving on up here 1670, it's like, ooh, I need some of that in my life. I should go ahead. That's a hot coin. That one's going to do something. They're saying some good things about it. And besides, everybody's painted into this big old bull flag. How gorgeous could that be? Look to the upside. Why, it could be going up to $27. Man, that's sexy. We better pile in because they say it could be going up to $27. We better get in. Because she's sexy. She's all hot. You know she's going places. She's been going places. Look how much money everybody's made. Man, you stupid if you don't chop in now. She's sexy over here. How come she ain't sexy down here? Oh, she hadn't brushed her teeth this morning? Is that what it is? ICP, I'm so sorry. She looked, maybe you were drinking too much. Is that what it was? Too euphoric? Is that what it was over here? She looked like a 12 on a scale of 1 to 10. Walking in that dark club, you just all, I don't know, smelling, wearing the right perfume. Got the jigglies jiggling, and you noticed them. You're like, oh my gosh. You can't chase it, baby. You don't chase it. It's like a cat. You gotta ignore it. Yeah, no, I'm wait, let you come to me. Let you come to me. Oh, she ain't even looking at me. Oh, damn it. Well, you're screwed then. I'm sorry, I can't help you there. But if she looks at you and then you just wait, play your cards right. Never mind. In trading, let it come to you, baby. Let it come to you. It's a good area, I think. Especially if you're in a DCA-er. If you're a DACer, a DACA. Oh yeah, DACA. A DCA-er. A DACer. DCAER. If you're one of them, which if you're new to crypto, beautiful. I would go with that. Tried to learn TA over the time, but it takes a while. You gotta wrap your mind around this trading mindset and thing. There's some things that once you learn it, you're like, it all makes sense now. It makes sense, but there's that time that it takes you to learn it. Until you start, I mean, DCA while you learn. Great strategy. And then you can start finding out, well, this will be a better place to DCA, wouldn't it? At the where we're meeting this level, I might just DCA a little bit more here. That's a lot of your crypto guys they're doing that. A lot of them do that. It's a very successful strategy for the longer term. Guys, let's take a look at the altcoins, and if you got anything you want me to look at, throw them in there. I say I'm losing some people there. I got too philosophical or something. The mic is on boomer mode, Sam Webb. Bitcoin go up, Bitcoin go down. Is that hidden divergence? I'll have to take a look. Grizz says, love the double bottom. Hey, there's Fish Crew. How's it going for Fish Crew? SPX monthly RSI. Ooh. Is it topping out? Man, that SPX chart ain't stopping though. Golly. It's got to, but JB Paycheck says, is it the miners selling? I've heard that they were selling, and I don't know if that's the culprit or if that's what's holding us I mean, I really don't know. On-chain metrics would show that, and I'm not an on-chain metrics guy. I listened to George for that, and I don't know if he's doing much of that lately. But he's usually a good one to follow. Cryptos are us for some of the on-chain stuff. But yeah, a few weeks ago there were reports that the miners were selling. I've seen some charts that were showing some of those ideas too. But I don't know. I just know they need to quit. They need to stop. I'm just getting too impatient, I believe, because man, we've been down since 2022. It's almost 2 years now. We just need to pop back up there. Market makers have been shifting money between indices to take turns propping assets. There is definitely something afoot. Gris says not buying until a month from now, maybe. Strega says early road dog, I see. Thought I would try a little earlier tonight. Fish Guru says the worst things for alts is liquidity being stolen from them to pump Bitcoin for short liquidity, and then Bitcoin dominance continuing up when Bitcoin dumps and it has all the volume. Yeah, I know, and that has been a concern, and now it's really starting to be more of a concern. Like I said, the altcoin market is just way too saturated. Way too saturated. My assessment must also be destroyed intentionally. It feels like sometimes if you put your thinking caps out, I mean, if you were one of them devious planners and you wanted a devious plan to distract the casino-minded attention, man, getting them meme coins out there to distract everybody would be a great way to pull a fast one. And I just wonder sometimes. I'm curious to see how hindsight will be in about a year, to look back and see what was when it's a little bit more revealed. But anyway, right now we got all the altcoins taken, and I got the sexy music playing, and this isn't the sexy songs for the sexy part of the show. Through the record scratch. The music will take me in a different direction. I gotta change it. So, are we looking at a 786er? Or whatever, this was a 236 from a different place. We got a little confluence in these areas. Big difference between the two there. 674 possible for ICP, maybe? Maybe. You have to put this one on the board just because, I mean, we gotta talk about it. It could happen. You really want the bearish pattern trading idea? I don't think anybody else will ever talk about it, but all these breakouts have a chance to come back and retest these areas. And there's a percentage or probability for that to happen too. And so just by the pattern trading logic, this area at 591 or the trend line, depends on whichever, but one of those areas could be where it bounces for, it comes back before it bounces. And so now you got to kind of consider, all this is wide open. It's up for grabs, doesn't mean it's going to happen. Then again, we got our fibs to kind of help us navigate that a little bit. So I like these. Why are you drawing on there? 691, 512 area. Also at 591 area. Just giving back all the gains for altcoins, and doesn't that just kind of make you think, man, like, dang, next time I'm definitely taking more profit because these altcoins, they suck. But we got to get them for the big move. For the big move. It's hard to take profits. and check out Near. Even Near flirting with losing that trend line, losing the 200 moving average on the daily. Ouch. You coming for 431? Oh, look. Did she? Look, ladies and gentlemen, before she went on her death trip and spiraled down, dying, look what she did. She came up and did her measured move. Look. Is that $9 and something? Well, oh my gosh. Well, nailed it. Wow! I've been waiting all day to do that. All right. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. Don't know if you need to buy just yet. Being below the 200 moving average, that puts us instantly into a bearish situation, especially on the daily. Moving averages, however, yeah. I'm looking for this area right here. For real? Tell me it's not so though, dude. For real. I don't think it will be a straight thing, but what the hell is going on here? It's a big deal losing this trend line. I don't like it. The candle hasn't closed or below it or anything yet. Maybe it doesn't. That would be awesome, but we lose this trend line, man. All these altcoins are gonna, they look bad. They look bad. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna do anything, because it could still be one big ass fake out too. But in general, they are losing the levels that they do not need to lose. Oh, look at that inverted fuzzy head and shoulders that did not make it up to my target. You suck. Obviously, we just discussed this at some point. Failed. It was negated right here, invalidated as soon as price went below this area right here at $23. So this guy, you could say he had some partial success, but it was nowhere near to that measured move that we would take from that. You're looking at it for a measured move up to here. Well, that was hopeful too. Well, it did not happen. And now we're looking at these areas. Oh man. Listen, if we're in the neighborhood of Lucy, she's going to grab it. Well, I don't know why she's just that way, man. She's got a thing for price. She's got a thing for it. She wants to stick her, I don't know. The good sign is that we have not yet made our lower low, and that little guy comes in right here. 1817. Break that. Well, then there's your confirmation. Bounce off this area. Well, then, hey, man, we might have a snowball's chance now and getting a little comeback up to 20 something, 8 maybe. Chris says, just looking for shorts right now. I have been shorting Bitcoin. Go up, Bitcoin! Miss Gruber says, honestly, it's safer taking day trades on Bitcoin and swing shorts on ops than holding anything. I agree. I'm not a proponent of holding. But I'm also not a proponent of selling the bottoms either, so not selling right now. There's a lot of, there's a lot of different information out there on thumbnails. I mean, even I was shocked really by another influencer that I like, and she's more of a day trader. She really is more of a day trader, but she does, hodl some stuff. But she was talking about, basically capitulation, like selling now and then trying to buy later, which is basically capitulating here at the bottom. And so, I mean, and you've got logic on both sides, but then I went with that logic before, and that logic turned out to be more of emotion in my personal experience, is how I took about it. Because when you're at a bottom where they want you to capitulate, and you do, hoping to buy it cheaper, that's what's going on. You get this feeling saying, "Oh, don't you? We should probably at least sell now. At least we have something. We can have something, and we can buy back in after it drops. After the drop's over, and you capitulate, and then they take off without you." So I just take it. My strategy. I'm fortunate that what I'm doing with my position trading, that I made a plan for drops. If we never get a huge drop, I have a backup plan that I can put into place, and I've got my risk management strategy. So I'm doing that. So I was like, okay, but it's not fun. I'm not liking it. So for me, I'm past the point of trend line sales tactics. So, and I know some other people, they're kind of feeling that too. Only I don't think that they've got a backup plan, or I may end up getting liquidated. Let's see if I can pull mine up. Let's see. I think my short. My short got stopped out. Oh crap! Where are you at? Are you the one I'm looking for? Yeah. Okay, so I got my positions and I'm managing my risk over here. I'm keeping all. I don't want these things to get like below 130 or whatever. So I'm having to. And so the key for me doing this is that I have Bitcoin. Okay, so I have Bitcoin that I don't have to worry about a liquidation until 44,000. And if that little sucker starts coming to 44,000, like we want to go to 38, like something crazy, well, I've got more Bitcoin. And I don't lock it that way. But what it does, it lets me borrow against my Bitcoin for all these isolated trades. I've got too many, but a lot of these are small ones that I do have a plan to get out and profit to pay off this Bitcoin that I got going on. I do have I'm not going total degen over here, but it does look like there's a lot. But there is a plan to it. But anyway, the big thing is that I'm able to manage my trades, and that's why I'm not sweating it when everybody else is like, "Oh my God!" Because I've got a game plan, and that's just the point. And it does get nerve-wracking because there is a point of failure to my plan. I just don't ever. We should not ever reach that. But I have to watch this very carefully because the more the Bitcoin comes down, the more this is affected. The more altcoins come down, the more this is affected. But I also get to take advantage of finding those juicy little bounces that we'll get, timing them when they will get. So. That's what I've been doing more position trading lately than anything. This is basically what I'm doing. This is my position trading, and being a position trader, it's not like a swing trade where we're getting out of a week or two. It's a longer term thing, and we're managing it, and then we're going to build some bags as they come down to these juicy low prices. I'm going to take advantage of it because I've got it there to do it. Plan for it. But gosh, ain't they on sale now though? COQ's at a juicy bottom? I'd say a lot of them are. So I guess it's safe to say that all altcoins that I've seen so far are pretty much losing or lost their, major trend line. There's that in the retest. Well, I can't deny that she is getting to some areas. It looks like she is at one of those areas right now. What are my lower targets? No. Say it's not so. Okay, so she's at this area now, and she's wicked below it at the 886 retracement, and that's normally that's we would expect this to be. It doesn't have to be, man. I mean, we got all these levels. It's not so much about predicting which one it's going to bounce off of. It's finding the one that it bounces off of, so that then we can determine which one it's likely to go up to. So we kind of watch these just stair step down, and we can kind of predict. But it doesn't mean that it's going to hold here, but it's got a good probability to do it, because this is kind of usually the last rung of the ladder, unless she comes down to do a true freaking double bottom. And even then, you're not safe. You still got one more down here at the 113 that could be its lower low. So we got to watch. But yeah, it looks like we're coming into a bottom area, that's for sure. But it doesn't mean that we're going to bounce from here. We could just accumulate through here for a while and actually do an actual double. I will look for that. That looked like a good set. This looks like a gorgeous Bart Simpson butt crack. And let's see, this is on the 4 hour. How's it looking over here? If I'm on a daily time frame, I like to see stochastics be buried at the bottom, which they are. Are they turning up? Right now they're turning up. That's interesting. And I like to see my RSI bottom out at a bottom, which it is at 18. Of course, this indicator is lagging. That's not going to show anything yet. That piqued my interest, seeing both of those stochastics. That's one of my things on a bigger time frame, like a daily, a weekly, especially a weekly. Oh my gosh. If you see the stochastics buried and the RSI, I mean, buried below 30, the line. See, the signal for RSI, the buy signal is in when price comes back and goes above the 30. That's when the official buy signal is. And that's what the bots will do too, unless you program them differently. But we're down here at 18th, so yeah, it is at a really, that's, the indicators say it looks delicious to nibble right now. But just know that she could still come down. Or maybe she won't. 886 area could be a bounce here. The indicators like it. Me, if I wanted to go into this, I mean, this is one of the areas I would look for. Lower time frames has not started to show these signs or the triggers that would get me into it. Started doing rounded shape and then lost the rounding shape. That's cool. Well, it's not cool. It's just interesting. So if I see, like on the bigger time frame, like it reclaim that 9 moving average, I might take an entry there. If it doesn't reclaim it, we were definitely more likely to come down. If it does reclaim it, well, we at least got a chance to go sideways and do a little something. And we can put a tighter stop loss. But we need to break out of this area. Or break this trend line, come back and get above it. And that's just for starters. Let's see, we also got, oh yeah. Tighten it up for the whole thing to be more accurate. She might be. It's just safer if you wait for a confirmation, especially at this level, to see if there's a bounce. And even if there is a bounce, it doesn't mean that she won't just come up here, get rejected, and then come down and go lower. So that's where we are in the market, being cautious about it. But if you're like just DCAing or something like that, regardless of, unless she just dies, tanks, and goes to zeros, rugs, bulls, or something like that, if this is the meme coin of choice that you want to play, which a lot of people do, it's popular, that's a great nibble place for me. And here, and maybe here if we get there. If you got that mindset. Play the long game. If you're position trading, if I'm going for a position in it, yes, I'm buying this now. For position trading, I'm buying this. I'm adding not all of it, but I'm buying some. For position trading, since we can talk about that now, because this is what I look for when I'm trying to build positions, are these low bottoms like this, because I love the bottoms. So for position, let's say I had $100 to put in this. I would put probably about 25 to 35%, about 2/3. That way, if it came down here, I could put 2/3 in, and that would really lower my entry. Should put it about right half or better. So give me a little bit better of an entry, closer to this one than not. If I just did half here and half here, I would be ranging somewhere in the middle. But if you can do just a little bit, kind of doing like 25%, or I like 33%, 66%, something like that. You can mess around with your ratios on how you get in and how you do that, and kind of give you a little bit more about getting profit sooner. The more weight that you put down here. But I do, when I'm doing position, when I'm building a position, I triangle things in. I'm just not trying to get a big position in this one, but if I were, that's what I'd be looking for. Just knowing that this could take a while to go through its accumulation. Or reaccumulation, if you want to say it. Chris says, I got my ICP at 333. Yes, sir. Awesome. It's not over for altcoins. It's not over. But they are being seriously affected with everything going on in the market, especially with the attention that Bitcoin is getting. And that's something that I've been wondering about that for a while, a long while. And if you watch my show, I've voiced it. I mean, I'm not made any declarations, but it's come up several times because I'm like, I could see a version of this market where altcoins can get left behind. I've said that before. Well, I thought I called it. I'm just, we got to think about, they need to think about things like this and things that may happen different. But yeah, what if all, and we know Ethereum is going to be a big one because they want DeFi. The legacy markets want DeFi and they're going to look to Ethereum first. I don't think they're going to look to Solana. I think that's got a different idea for some other narrative sector. But I think the legacy market is going to be looking for Ethereum and probably the layer 2s and probably one of their own layer 2s instead of the one that you think that they're going to go for. They're most likely going to have their very own. Kind of like what Coinbase did. But I think that's where a lot of the big money will be focused there this cycle, I believe. I think. What's ABT doing? Alt's getting decimated, but should all be good long term. Long term, yes. I would look. I would not be if you're crazy leverage trader. Be scared. Be scared. Unless you're shorting and know how to do it. But if you're a hodler, man, I would not be scared. I wouldn't be trying to sell out of bags at a bottom whatsoever. You will. Anytime that I've ever done that, I've always regretted it. I've always regretted it. And another thing that you will hear is, while everything's down, switch them around. And I remember one time Banner was coming on, ran on Crypto Banner, right in the middle of a big ass drop when everything, the red candle was in progress. And I'm like, quick, hurry. We only have a little bit of time. Sell your losers and buy the other, it's like, and I thought, all right, Mr. Rand, I'm going to take a little portion and I'm going to play your little silly game. And I'm telling you, that's the worst freaking decision to ever make to do that. I mean, you might get, everything is in a free fall and you're trying to switch out and decide. That's just that's a random call for whatever you're doing. It's like, unless you're going to chart it out and compare them together and compare them against Bitcoin or whatever, take a serious look at it. Just willy-nilly saying, I want to get out of this one and get out of that one. This one's been slow for me and I want to get it, because it's just a cluster F-bomb. I don't recommend that, and I did test it out, the waters of that strategy, and I was like, no way in hell I'm ever doing that piece of advice again. So I recommend against doing that. If you ever catch yourself in a situation and you got Rand or anybody else, any other influence, quickly, before it all changes, sell your bad bags and buy these other. Let's take a look. And I have nothing against Rand. I just, You know, I actually, sometimes I will test what other tubers put out there just to test it. And sometimes it does not work. Sometimes I get stuck with bags like Q&T that don't do anything. Did not make a lower low on Link though. She got down to some nice prices, about $13, and I couldn't help it. Even though she's breaking a trend line here, I had to pick up some just on general principle because I nibble. I like to nibble bottoms. And getting a discount from $19 to 13 something, I like that discount because if she decides to go back up to $20, well, she will at some point. Well, that little purchase will give me a 44% gain. Look at this big, beautiful shoulder head and shoulder. Is it? What's this? Well, that's a inverted head and shoulders to the upside. Oh, we just got this. What's this? Oh, that's a shoulder head and shoulders on the outside. Debatable, but you get the same effect, so I'm not going to go into it. It could have just as easy have been less. I'm just saying. Boom. Oh, mercy, mercy. Altcoins are bleeding, but yet they're looking good on the daily. So there are some trades to be made out there if you're looking for them, whether shorting or scalping, I guess. I'm not a fan of scalping. Pendle. I'm taking a look at some more of the solid plays right now. That's what I'm doing, seeing where the prices are on some of the solid plays. Pendle's still holding her trend line. This is the major one right here. Pendle's still doing good. That one is strong. I don't like the pattern. I don't like the shape that it's in right now. This kind of symmetrical triangle shape, which I don't ever trust them. But nice. Yet she could easily come down here and confirm a double M top. Drive us all the way down to $2 again, or maybe $1.46. Anything could happen, but she's looking pretty good right now, ain't you? Go Pendle. It's your birthday. Go Pendle. You still trying to rock that curve. I see that. Go Parabolic. Do it. Don't let them keep you down. Cake got hit. Ooh, mercy, mercy. Cake is on sale. You coming back down to 190, 180? Ooh, I would not put that past you. Confluence with that. Yet there. Oh, baby. All right, so just throwing out some targets. If you're trying to look for some good deals on some of these coins like cake and whatnot, should the market continue on its road to hell and continue to go down, because you can. Oh, look at this retest of the spalling wedgie type pattern. It's still not even met it there. That would come down to here. Man, if this don't look like what this is what we would see in the bear market. This is exactly what we would see in the bear market. Expecting it to come back and retest the breakout, but no, she wants to come back and test the whole dang trend line way down at the bottom. Swing low to swing high. Hey, you hit your 414, 618 down here at 191. Cake. 196 might be coming. 191 if you saw the other one I pulled. 153 is a good level. Waves is seriously on sale. Will it ever make a bounce back? Because it is now made officially a lower low. It may be. It's the lower low for this. Where's this KuCoin? Are you not on? I think Binance delisted it. Was that part of it? So this is the daily for Waves, and I'm looking for 75-cent Waves. Will you stop there? Man, talk about one getting taken, but they could make a comeback if nice little rebound to retest this trend line and get rejected, probably the first shot anyway. So that might be one little idea. That's about 185% gains. Of course, I mean, the market's got to turn around first right now. These would not be the one to show it, though, because she may be getting close to being at her end. Who knows? The RSI on these guys on the daily is cooked. I mean, we're at 10%, almost 10% here. Man, it's hard for me not to want to go shopping right now, to be honest with you. Ichimoku Cloud looks like she's still got some more downside to throw us, but it would be great if we can turn around. Maybe, what is today? If we can turn around through the weekend, probably wouldn't see it till early next week, or I don't know, might see a little come in. So I'm not saying this, it would suck for these to still keep going down, and they could, just like the Screw said, you know, there might be something that keeps pulling them down, but better hope Bitcoin reverses here, I'll take a major damage. Well, reverse engineering here. Maybe this is a clue that maybe Bitcoin's getting ready to bounce. I would hope so. I starting to look for any sign that Bitcoin will take a turnaround because she needs to. The supply shock should start. Oh gosh, did we lose everybody here? Now we only got 3 viewers, right?
Run 'em.
I think I'm going to have to get a new VPN or something. Sometimes the one that I use just kind of messes things up a little bit. Oh, it looks like everybody fell off. All right, well, since nobody's here and everybody got kicked off for my... Looks like we lost them. Is there anybody here? Can we do a 111 if we're still here? Oh, we still got a few. Strikers has been choppy. I think it's the VPN. So I got that off. I have to do that so that I can show you my trades or whatever. So it shouldn't be doing it now, but now it's almost time to close the stream. So let me scroll up here. Let me know if you got any. It says I only got 3 people. That must have got horrible. Resolution is grainy too. Sleep Goal, how's it going, my man? All right. Well, we got some time to go over a few more here. Take a look at Arweave.
nothing, gotta keep it jumping. Make sure these is jumping my. I go too hard on the. Used to be late on the rent. Used to make dollars and cents. Now all the figures are six.
Good old R-Weave. Momentum's still hanging in there with the moving averages, so I don't see anything too terrible just yet. Doesn't mean that price can't bring all those down to make them cross, though. That would suck. I don't want that to happen. $22, $21.60. Is that what I got? $21.62. Could be a possible target if she's not getting a bounce here off this 200 moving average area. Well, that would be good if she can. She might make it. She wicked below it. She closed a candle above it. That would be great if we don't see this, or it may come back up and then come back down. We have to see what this crazy market is going to do, but buying R-Weave around these prices, around $23, $24, I did. Call me crazy, but I mean, that's just, she may come down to 14. If she does, I have to deal with it. But anytime that I start getting up to profit, even before we make a higher high, I will be taking off some of my profits to kind of help me de-risk and rebalance my account. I'm not just trying to just buy all and just hold and never take profits until we get up there. I've got a strategy where I take profits along the way to help pay down the cost of having those trades open. It's so far it's been a pretty cool strategy. I like it. It's not, it takes me out of just trading, but I still do the trades, mostly swing trades. Sticking mostly with Bitcoin on those because the altcoins, I've got enough to manage. It's a good thing I don't have a full-time job, or I wouldn't be able to do this the way I'm now doing it, I guess. So for anybody out there with a full-time job and you're finding it stressful to do this, I mean, DCA is a good thing, and you can use your TA to help you out with that if you want to do that. If you don't want to be the old day trader, I don't recommend being a day trader. I recommend being a swing trader and position trader. Works for me. It's what. I like AXL. I just wanted to say that publicly. I like it. She's heading down though. The one that I do like is also I think this is one I actually meant to AKT, Akash Network. This one I really like. And this one, just like the other ones, has lost a trend line there, so you suck, Akash. Were we coming back? I can't remember what I had going on there. So clearly these are out of the picture for right now. Let's get that and let's start looking at this beautiful M pattern with the... What is going on here? What did I stumble into? This does not look right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if... You're lucky this is a late night show because I don't know what's going on here. I've got something going on here. I don't... My question is, what is this? And how does that relate to our pattern trading here? So it looks like this could be, I would say this would possibly be a confirmed M formation, but it's got a dingle dangle pointing straight up like John Holmes, like it's trying to, I don't know what it's trying to do. But that was a pretty good, I would call that a Dido candle right there. Had one good day. Well, that was a good day, Akash, I gotta say. Now it looks like we're screwed over. What's up? You're at 284? That's a nice little area for you. I'm taking this whole thing into consideration there. And we're hanging out at the 618 area. If she does get down here to $1.69, hell yeah. Seeing that we know that she can get up to $7, and this is Akash, it's a pretty good, decent project. And do your own research on what it is. It's related to AI and decentralized file storage or computing, I think. Not file storage, computing. It's over on the Cosmos ecosystem. So let's imagine that would be a 3x to get back up there. Not saying it's going to be easy. She did her parabolic move. What we've seen when this happens, we get down and sideways. A reaccumulation that, honestly, when this happens, it can take a while. And it usually does take a while. They end up doing something kind of crazy like this. And then, so, I mean, goodness, you could be looking for the rest of the year for this thing to recover. Who knows? Just saying, but for what we've experienced before with this kind of thing, she might come down here and stay here for a while, but still a good place to buy and accumulate. This is Roll Bitcoin. Down at 9 cents right now. Flatlining here at this level. That's interesting that this level here at 0.086 cents or whatever it is holds so well. Gotta throw a big line out there. Is this one worth having? It's some kind of gambling play. Looks like all she's done so far is just kind of range. And get up to 28 cents from under a dime. I mean, you could do a 2x or more, but I'm not impressed with all that. Still, it might be a play for somebody who might be interested in something like that. It looks like if you ever do get a confirmed bounce off of here, make a higher high, it might be a something. Straker says, gonna watch some old school Road Dog playlists. Grimmer says, I'm always on and off because getting ready to work every time you live stream. Oh, 526. I forget you're in Germany, Grimmer. Thanks for watching, though. I appreciate you. Sam says, I got some free AKT on Coinbase. I think it's a good project. If there's a day I'm not here, it means that I slept in and I don't work that day. I appreciate you showing up. Yeah, we got a few more people here. I got a few more minutes left. If there's Grimmer says Orty. Okay, yeah, I almost missed that one. Let's take a look at Orty. That one, are you in a good oh wow. Now I was really big on this one before, and I'm not saying I'm not now. I can't find decent information to tell me how this actually works. So I gotta do a little bit more research, a little bit more fundamental research on this one. But she did have a good run before she did and got real hot, and of course it's cooled off. Chart looks pretty decent though to me. Still, I mean, we're looking at possibly 25. Could be happening. And that looks like a good point of support around $25, $26. If she comes down there, doesn't have to, but could. Not seeing the confluence there so much. Got some right here with that one. Still. I'm just going to go with the dots, connect the dots there that we got. How do you line up? We'll keep you. Don't know that the market will get so sour that we would get the $16, but we don't really know what's going on in the market right now, or how far down that this will actually come. We got some guesstimations. I don't know how far it will take our altcoins down, but she's definitely trying to work on a downward trend, but it's not confirmed, so I am still looking for the possibility of altcoins to get a pullback to where I can de-risk and even take some profits on the buys I've made while they are down. There is still that probability for that to happen. These patterns, when we lose a major trend like that, if you're patient, there should be a retest of or at least the breakout area at some point. So that's part of the reason I'm not freaking out too much on these drops and taking advantage of some of them, but I'm not going hog wild because I'm not going to screw my positions or my dry powder up. So I have to be cautious on what I deploy and when I deploy, and just manage what I've got and make sure that I can stay in a place where when the market does turn around that I get a good quick recovery as soon as possible. It's the game plan anyway. So far so good, but it sucks being down. However, the better than life trades are still up. So maintaining that, want to grow that account to prove a point. Ordinals, man. And she got up to around $97. Man, that was good. I remember that. So this is what our double tops look like. If you've ever wondered the OM patterns and how they play out, it's good to kind of notice this kind of stuff. Because you're not paying attention when you're in it. You can't see it when it's happened, and it's only an aftersight that you can see how it plays back. And that's what we call backtesting. And just let you get familiar that we come down, then we lose this area, and then that becomes resistance. And even though he broke back into it with hopeful, still getting back this area, so still resistance. So still in play. Technically confirmed. So you would say that, you know, there is a measure move from that we could take just from here to there. And I know it sucks, but they would want to imply that they don't have to come back that far. They don't. We also got a channel that we're in that's kind of... We got some other areas we can bounce from. Those measure moves don't always play out. There's a multiplier you can put on it and everything too. So you don't see me taking measure moves from M tops and things like that too often and going by at them. Use some other methods. Or look shoulder, head and shoulder to the downside. Would that also give you a measure move, really? Well, it takes us down here. Or you can just follow the trend line, because that's really what matters in my personal opinion, is that trend line. Ondo is on sale. For you Ondo lovers out there. Oh, Ondo actually got a bounce. What's up with you, Ondo? What you trying to do here? Trendline strategies. You're going to get a breakout. She gets a breakout. Reclaims a non-moving average. That would be a trigger for me. That's what I was talking about earlier. And I'm on the daily here. So if I were to plan this trade on the daily, I would have to wait for that confirmation for it to get above 121. And you know what you don't want to see is a big wick and then come right back down below, so you need to see a candle or close. What did you just do? What did you just do? Oh look, you took me right back to SecuX.
From the land of snakes, trying to be a great, trusting everybody that I love, that was my mistake. Turn me cold-hearted to a savage. If you fuck me over, I ain't giving out passes. Doing big shit, we ain't doing nothing average. Hotter in the summer if you ask it.
We'll take a look at Chlor AI. I have not looked at that one in a minute. Also taking a hit. All the altcoins lost their main trend line. Look at that beautiful ascending cup and handle to the upside. One of these days you would think you'd quit calling that, right?
Watch how in and out lane switch. They trying to earn cheese off a K, but they ain't switch.
Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, and we're coming right in those juicy areas right now. This looks like an interesting area between 10.5 cents and where we are now. We're hanging out at 11.6 cents in that area. Will it hold? Man, Ichimoku Cloud doesn't look like it doesn't look very convincing, so I want to put this other target on here, this 886, which I don't think that one, what's there to hold it? Not much. More stuff to hold it here. Really needs to see a bounce from this area that we're in right here on Core AI. It's 12 cents now, and it dropped from up at 45, so can it get back there? I believe it should have no problem getting back up at least that high over the next 18 months. Or sooner, and that's 275%. They just all bleeding. Guys, we're going to call it a night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry about the difficulties on the stream there. I believe I got that. I believe it's the VPN thing that's coming in and doing that. But thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll be back again tomorrow evening at least, if I can even find a place to or time to stream during the day. Might do a daytime stream. But thanks for hanging out. Just trade carefully. You guys don't seem too scared or too worried. I didn't see too much fear in the chat there about what's going on. So sounds like you guys might have a plan. Let's hope you got a plan, and things will turn around in this market. Right now, they're just having fun decimating our altcoin bags, making us want to capitulate and buy into Bitcoin or whatever they're trying to do. Basically, they're trying to take your money any way they can. I think selling right now is a mistake. It's a mistake for me. So I'm not capitulating. I've got a plan in place. Have had a plan in place. Not enjoying it. Didn't ever think that I would ever enjoy it, but it's there. So that if the markets do drop, that I can still come out smelling like a rose. So I think that's an important thing. Manage these trades. Manage your positions. And don't give the bears what they want, because they want your crypto, they want your money, and we're here to take it from them. They just don't see it yet. See you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Come on, come here, boy.